we're back. Welcome to, I don't know what part this is, like 5 or something. Alright, so we just had that big information dump from Oren. And we are going to, hold up, there we go. Sweet. We're gonna move along and speak to Oren and the rest of the party about what the hell was going on with all that. And we won our Blitzball game, which is amazing.
You think he's gonna stay here?
Sir Oren knows him, apparently. You were right. He did meet someone he knew.
Do you think he'll find a way back to Zanarkand?
In any case, I'll miss having him around.
He's still in town, isn't he? I think I'll go see him. Oh,
Whoa.
Sir Oren!
Yuna,
Sir,
I wish to become your guardian. Do you accept?
Right to business.
You're serious?
You refuse.
no. We accept, right everyone?
No.
Of course. No problem at all.
Jesus.
But why?
I promised Braska.
You promised? My father? Thank you, Sir Oren. You're welcome to join us.
And he comes too.
Hi, guys. Howdy.
This one
Howdy.
I promised checked.
Is Sir Jecht alive?
Can't say. Haven't seen him in 10 years.
Well, that's
I
a fucking
see.
lie.
You'll meet eventually.
Well,
Yes, I'm looking
maybe that's a
forward to
lie.
it.
What's our itinerary? Where are we headed?
Hey, come with me.
Hey, come with me. Alright. So, Kamar, you got anything to say? Nope, still, giving us the cold shoulder.
Remember, you're suffering from Sin's toxin. Don't say otherwise.
Kind of funny that he knows that. Because it hasn't really been... I guess he just assumes that that's what people would say.
Where'd you meet Sir Oron anyway?
Well, we did meet him in Zanarkand.
Sin's toxin sure is taking its
Oh,
time.
this guy.
Anyway, I knew you'd find someone you knew here.
You're a real guardian now, so no mistakes.
Oh yeah, so we're a real
Understood?
guardian now. We got a job. It doesn't come with much pay, but yeah. All right, infamous scene right here. I'll just let it play, then I'll talk about it, but let it fucking play.
Hey, watch.
Hey, you got pretty good.
You sound sad.
Yeah, maybe.
Want to scream?
I really don't think that's gonna help this time.
You know what?
Hmm?
It's embarrassing to say this myself, but summoners and their guardians are kind of like Spira's ray of light. A lot of people in Spira depend on us. I learned to practice smiling when I'm feeling sad, you know. I know it's hard.
Yeah. I understand. I think.
Right. Now let's see what you can do.
Huh?
Come on.
This is weird.
Next, try laughing out loud.
What?
Come on, show me. You probably shouldn't laugh anymore. Too funny.
It was your idea.
Thank you. Huh? I want my journey to be full of laughter.
Okay.
If we should get separated, just whistle. I'll come running. I promise.
Well, let's go. What are you looking at?
We were just worried you guys might have gone crazy.
Sorry. Well then, alright. Now, we will go to the temple at Jose. And Guardians, don't forget to smile.
Damn, that's a long way. So, that is the infamous scene. A lot of people only know this game for that scene. That's how infamous it is. The laughing scene, the Final Fantasy X laughing scene. Now, first of all, I think the game gets a lot of unnecessary criticism for it because it's a very, like, you know, out of context. It's a very awkward, just like goofy scene, and it makes, you know, Titus just come off as like a fucking whack job if you see it out of context. But seeing what we have seen, you know, in the information dump, or learning like his father is, you know, like the reason that this whole world is dying and living, you know, sort of in fear and everything, and you know, learning that he possibly may never get to go back to where he came from. You know, he's under a lot of like emotional stress and all that business. So it's you know, it's kind of his way of just unpacking, and he's in a much better mood afterwards. And obviously, like, the rest of the party is sort of weirded out, like, you know, hey, we thought you might have gone crazy, blah blah blah. So the rest of the party is definitely weirded out by it. But I'm a big fan. And if you're more interested in finding out about the origins of it and all that stuff, James Arnold Taylor, the voice actor for Titus, actually does I think he has a YouTube channel, and he actually does a video, you know, sort of talking about that scene. But I think it's very warranted. I think it's a good, it was what was needed after all those scenes, and sort of getting Titus back on the right, in the right state of mind, because he's in a much better mood after just unleashing all that emotional baggage after receiving all the news that he did. And Yuna kind of helps with that. So I'm a fan of it, and I will defend it. I would not have it changed in any way. I'll put it that way. I really do like the scene, and even as a kid, I didn't find it like. I mean, I found it like a little, weird. Like if you would have asked me, like, "Hey, do you remember that scene?" I would have been like, "Yeah." But it's warranted, and if you play through the whole game, or if you play through the whole game before that, the 6 hours and 48 minutes that we are into it, you'll understand why it's there. So that's sort of my thoughts on it. Back to this. Let's see. So we got the Mi'ihen High Road ahead of us. So this is probably the first point of the game that is challenging to beginners, I would say. Like, if you don't know what you're doing, it's sort of the game's first test. It's sort of the game's first test on what you've learned. It's the first, like, long path of random encounters that, there's a good chance you're going to get a game over to if you don't apply what you've learned so far.
This is a statue.
But first, we're going to talk to this guy. Another reoccurring NPC.
Founded a legion known today as the Crusaders. In just a few short years after their founding, their ranks grew throughout Spira. The Maesters of Yevon feared an uprising and accused them of rebellion. So Lord Mi'ihen walked along this very road to go face their charges and refute them. He succeeded in winning the Maester's trust, and his legion became an arm of the Yevon clergy. It was then that Yevon gave them the name Crusaders, which they have kept ever since. And the rest is history.
Mi'ihen.
Although this is a high road, fiends do appear.
So if you remember Luzu and Gata from Besaid, we kind of got done with the whole Blitzball story arc.
That one looks slow.
Now we're going to move on to the more,
No way! I can take it!
and we're going to try to kill this thing.
What the?
Which we don't. But this is the sort of, the next story arc, like, small story arc with the Crusaders. And Orin's going to one-shot this thing. Because his weapon has piercing on it.
Sir Orin's the best.
I could have done that.
You could have if your weapon had piercing on it. Which just takes up an ability slot in the weapon that lets it break through enemies that have armor. And you can actually see it. Boom, right there. Katana, it has piercing on it. Which we can eventually learn to customize weapons and armor. Wait, do you have anything else to say? Also, good idea to talk to everybody you see here, because most of them are going to give out items. Ooh, we got a preemptive strike, which means we get first move. So these guys, bombs, they will use self-destruct if you hit them enough and don't kill them. So I think we can kill them if we just use Blizzard a ton. I think. Yeah, let's just do this. We're just gonna get everybody a turn in here.
Make way!
Where's my phone? Hey, Mantis MD. That's my buddy from work. Calling me a bitch on my live stream?
What those ruins are from?
Some old city?
Correct. A city most ancient.
We got it.
a terrible testament to sin's power. I tremble every time I see them. Compared to sin, humans are mere mud puppies.
Mud puppies.
But I believe humans are the only ones capable of defeating sin.
It's actually an important scene.
A good reply. I am relieved to hear you say that, milady summoner.
Ah, no, there's one next time.
Oh,
Where are my manners? I am matron, a scholar, at your service, milady.
Macon.
I am on a journey, studying the history of our world, Spira, seeking its stories and secrets. My travels have taken me to many places, and I am troubled by what I have seen. Fragile smiles on people's faces, crumbling at the mere mention of sin. They are counting on you, milady. Give them a reason to rejoice once more.
I will.
Alright. I think there's a treasure chest back here. Shit, maybe not. Oh, yeah. Ice brand. Oh, that's a Kamari armor. Oh. Nope, that's a... Shit. Yeah, oh. Who has brand? What the fuck is a brand? Ice brand. Lulu, right? No, fuck. Shield, armlet, ring. Oh, that's a Titus sword. Never mind. Yeah, I like the strength +5. I was like, am I stupid? Alright, let's keep going. Oh, we're probably gonna lose this next thing, but whatever.
Lady Summoner, I presume.
I
Yes.
presume.
I am Yuna.
I am Lucille, captain of the Jose Chocobo Knights.
And I'm Alma. We've been charged to guard the high
Oh,
road.
Jesus, these motherfuckers.
There have been reports of a large fiend appearing in this area with a taste for chocobos. Do take care, Summoner Yuna, if you are to rent any chocobos.
Thank you. We will be careful.
Good. We should get back to our rounds. Farewell.
Our prayers are with you.
Alright, buzz off. Those are the Chocobo Knights. I think they're like some
Large
sort of
fiend.
sub-component
Let's
of
go
the
get 'em.
Crusaders.
Why?
It's the right thing to do.
It's the right thing to do.
What'd I say now?
Kami.
Jecht said that a lot too. And every time he said it, it meant trouble for Braska and me.
That's funny. So there's a large fiend that maybe eats chocobos. Alright, this is one of those rock, paper, scissors battles.
Bring it on. Yeah.
So yeah, Waka gets the air, Lulu gets the magic dude, Titus gets the fast, dodgy wolves. Bada bing, bada boom. That's nice. Alright, so we gotta talk to... Give me some items, man. Alright. Alright. Useless. Here's another reoccurring character. Balgerda.
Party.
You too are a summoner?
My name is Belgamine. You
Or
are?
Balgerda.
My
Who's
name is
Balgerda?
Yuna.
Belgamine. Balgerda.
The High Summoner's daughter. I've heard much of
Oh,
you,
that's that Luca
but you are still
Blitzball
fresh on the road. are you
Belgamine.
not?
Similar sounding names.
Yes, I am.
I might have a few things to teach you. Let us see which are stronger.
My Aeons or yours? A one-on-one match. Not to the death, of course. What do you say?
Yes.
I'll do my best.
Good. Before we begin,
So, an Aeon battle.
your
Summoner
Aeons
v
have been
Summoner.
healed. You can fight with your full strength.
The rules are simple. You cannot summon the same Aeon as her. So she's gonna summon Ifrit. So we cannot use Ifrit. We have to use Schneids, aka Valefor. Fuck. So that's not good.
Show me how strong of a...
Okay. So I usually lose this. It's one of the, like, you have to do something very unconventional that you don't normally do, like when you're using an Aeon, which is you have to defend and boost. Well, and that's something that I do. Maybe people who are better at me than this game, they do. Fuck. Like I said, I might lose. I'm likely to lose. Fuck. So essentially what we want to do is we want to get our overdrive. And Aeons have to be right to those. Try fighting using the Aeon shield and boost commands. Shield, stop to overdrive. Okay. So essentially when he casts that meteor shot spell or whatever, we want to be shielding, but when he casts or when he does his normal attack, we want to be boosting. I think he goes attack, meteor. So fuck. That's not good shit. I mean, we might have already, I think we already lost the battle there. Because I think he has more HP. It kind of sucks that this is the first time you fight her, but there's like so little room for error. I think the only time I've ever beaten this is if I like look it up prior. So we gotta basically dodge the next 3 attacks. Which we won't. Fuck. That's fine. I'm not gonna restart or nothing.
Oh, you have a lot to learn.
Motherfucker.
You need more training.
Oh,
But you
jeez.
did well. You show promise. With more training, you could defeat Sin.
Thank you. But I think you might defeat Sin before I am able to.
I cannot.
Huh?
Or should I say, I was not able to.
You mean...
Farewell, Yuna. We'll meet again.
Alright, whatever. So if you beat her, I think you get another reward. We got the Seeker's Ring, which is the same thing as our other Seeker's Ring, except as another ability slot. Whatever, we'll equip it. That's fine. Belgamine. Yeah, that battle's fucking bullshit. I guess it serves as like a tutorial, like, hey, your Aeons can also do this. I've never been a fan of it. Ooh, you know what we should equip that strength sphere after this. You know, the one we got from winning that tournament. Yeah, let's do that super fast. So usually I give it to Orin. I mean, you could give it to Tidus to make him like more viable. I mean, he does, you know, he gets decent attack, obviously. Oh, he's not really next to any empty nodes. I'll just give it to Orin. Could give it to Waka. I'm not gonna do that. That would be nice to have Waka strengthened up a little bit. She's gonna get a strength +2 there. Yeah, we'll just give it to Orin. So it is strength +4, which is huge. So he has 24 strength versus like Titus's 18 and Waka's 16. So yeah, that's a pretty big deal. So it is. Like I said, it's kind of a big reward for something so early in the game. Alright, this is actually kind of a big scene right here. Bigger than you might think.
A lady summoner.
You're a summoner? Yes. My name is Yuna. I'm Callie. Nice to meet you, Callie.
Why is everybody messaging me?
Yuna, are you going to bring us the calm? Yes. Very soon.
Yay! We're looking forward to another calm, my lady summoner.
I'll do my best.
And good luck to your guardians as well.
Waka's animation.
What's the calm?
The calm is a time of peace. It comes after a summoner defeats Sin and lasts until Sin reappears.
Boom.
Huh?
Sin dies and is reborn.
I
Boom.
get it. I thought it was weird. Yuna's dad defeated Sin 10 years ago, right? But Sin's still here. Didn't make much sense till now. Wait, if it just comes back...
Don't say it isn't worth it. Because it is.
Even for a little while, people can sleep in their beds without being afraid. That kind of time is worth anything. Don't say it isn't worth it. Your words that day, Yuna, I remember them well.
So we just kind of got one of our questions answered, because last part we sort of we learned that Braska, Orin, and Jecht defeated Sin 10 years ago, and we learned that Sin is reborn after it's defeated, and that time in between it coming back and it being defeated is called the calm. So that little girl, she wanted us to bring the calm. Also, we're gonna kick the fuck out of this blitzball, and this kid's gonna be pissed. It does not affect anything. Hey, that was my ball. Gee, you really socked that puppy. That's hilarious. Alright, yeah, give me that shit. So, yeah, you know, it brings that question, is it worth it? Is it worth it to go through...
I'm a guardian now, so watch out.
Oh, Jesus. Is it worth it to go through this whole pilgrimage, through all this hardship, you know, if Sin is only going to come back? And obviously, you know, that's going to be a big...
Stay down.
A big plot point later. These guys will fuck you up if you're not ready, by the way. We have not brought out Orin a lot.
You will hurt no one.
But I like that, you know, that little monologue with Titus where he's like, it's, you know, it's worth it to, you know, it's, people devalue the, you know, the fact that, you know, sleeping in your bed without being scared, you know, something that you might take for granted, that time is worth anything. you know, kind of reminds me of like when people talk about war and stuff. It's like you really take that time for granted, just being able to go to bed and feel safe, and you know that you'll wake up the next morning and everything will be, you know, as it is. So I always, that was always very interesting to me. Very interesting point, but yeah, that's that's our journey. We're gonna hopefully defeat Sin, and he's gonna be back. Sucks, but that's just the nature of things. That's just what this land of Spira and everybody who has to deal with Sin, that's what they've come to accept.
It is an honor, Sir Orin.
Thanks.
Thanks. Yeah, Orin's pretty sick. Yeah, we need to get Yuna some turns. We need to get... Oh, shit. So those Ahrimans, I think that's what they're called. Or Ahriman, it's another version of them down the road. Floating Eye, this one. They can inflict confusion, which they just did, to Yuna, who's the only one who has the ability to heal that. Unless we use a remedy. Oh, we have one remedy? We'll use it. We'll get more down the road. We need some fucking money. We gave all our money to Awaka. But yeah, confusion is one of the worst debuffs that you can get in this game, no doubt. We'll get Kamari a turn in here. I don't know if he'll be able to hit that. Nice. Overkill, baby! I did train up. I did do a few extra battles in Kilika Woods off camera. Just so I wouldn't struggle too much. I have it, like, it was 3 extra battles. Like, it wasn't a ton. But I will be doing, like, the minimal amount of grinding. I do not want these boss fights to be pushovers. Like, that to me is just so boring. So yeah, I will definitely try to keep grinding to a minimal. And I mean, like, we're not over leveled by any means for this area. First time I went through this area as a kid, I probably got like 3 game overs. Like, I remember like being like, shit, I need to. Honestly, I think it comes at a good point in the game. You're not like, I was already invested in the story where I was like not gonna give up. But I kind of had to sit down and be like, okay, I need to like learn this game. And the next boss fight, I'll be honest, it's pretty easy. Like, I did not really struggle with it as a kid. Well, it's actually a very special boss fight. Oh, nice, we got some money. Yeah, I did not really struggle with it as a kid because we'll see in a bit, but it's pretty special in how it works. But the boss fight after, which is a little bit further after, we're still a ways from it, is your first true, I would say your first true boss. Your first real test, like, do you know how to play this game? Because as a kid, oh boy, did I struggle. Oh, did I miss a fucking, oh, I don't give a, I'm not, okay. I missed extract speed. I don't give a fuck. That's fine. Yeah, I was very, very stuck on it. As a child. When I say as a child, I was in 2nd grade. I think I played this, I think I started it in 2nd grade and then beat it in 3rd grade, I want to say.
Luke, I'll show you what I can do.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You get a lot of cool voice lines, I think, at these early areas. So yeah, I would have been 7 or 8. You know, I was young. Like, in fact, I'm kind of impressed that I was able to beat this. I was very proud of myself for being able to beat this game. at the time. I was
Victory,
like,
for now.
you know, I was at the age where I had a lot of games, but I only had beaten, you know, like a handful. You know, now as like a, you know, an adult, I fucking beat my games. Like I don't fuck around. But yeah, back then it was a pretty big accomplishment. You know, as a small child. But yeah, I struggled, man. I made every mistake you could make, and I learned from it. But I think it's sort of a testament to this Final Fantasy. I think it is the perfect difficulty. I think, I mean, I'll be honest, like, I think the Final Fantasy franchise has sort of gone downhill, ever since this game. Like, I could talk forever about Final Fantasy. Like, a lot of people will say it went downhill after 12. I think 12, I like a lot of ideas in 12. In fact, I'm very conflicted. I'm not really that conflicted, I would say, with 12. I just don't like it. Like, it's not I don't think 12 is a good game. Like, I know that is a controversial point, but I think it has a lot of flaws. A lot in terms of story and characters. Like, the story and characters don't even compare to this game. Gameplay, I feel like, on paper, it sounds like the best Final Fantasy game ever, but the execution is just not quite there. It's like, and the funny thing is, I feel like with a few tweaks, it could have been amazing.
Hey, we saw the game.
13
you guys
is
were great.
Congratulations, Waka.
I'll talk about 13 later. Hey, that's another difference we get. Another different scene. For winning.
The Lady Summoner and her guardians.
This mission requires our full attention. We've no time to waste. Understood?
Yes, ma'am. Apologies, ma'am.
Carry on.
See,
I do
keep
not
your
like
head
them.
Down, say sir a lot, and you'll do fine.
Right, sir.
Wait, so.
Hey, Yuna. Even though Yevon rejected us, we still believe in you.
I like
That
Luzu.
won't ever change.
Thank you.
He's a good guy.
Sir Luzu. Sir Gata. But, you know, it's not too late for you to go back to Besaid and...
We should be going, sir.
Oh, they've already put their minds to it. Even though they just clipped through each other there. It's kind of... Titus has like a laughing animation there. I don't know, it's kind of weird why. And the times of those idle animations where they just made... This was back in the day when whenever they would make games like this, they would... Instead of animating like each scene individually and giving everybody actions... Oh shit, we just got fucked on. They would make like a bunch of stock animations and just have characters do them throughout the game. Kind of like Sonic Adventure. Fuck. Alright, there we go. Alright, we got it. We might need to heal up after this, though. Yeah, as I was saying, like, Final Fantasy XII, a lot of shortcomings. I think it could have been a great game if they would have just tweaked a few things, like the overdrives or limit breaks. What are they called in that game? Called... I forget what they're called. They're called something. I know espers are the summons in it. I don't remember. But those could have been tweaked. I don't like how those worked. Yeah, 13, I think it had much better story and characters, but the gameplay is very one-dimensional. So it had a whole nother... While I think Final Fantasy XII's battle system was, like, really good, but it had some major flaws that overall made it not very good. Like with a few tweaks, it could have been amazing. 13's battle system was just like so automated and so dull. It was just boring. Great looking game. Like it still looks amazing today.
We'll defeat Sin any way we can.
But Yevon's teachings say...
Oh man.
Enough.
This might be my least favorite character in the whole game. I
only
hate
meant to...
this bitch.
Are you all right?
Lady Summoner?
Yes, I am Yuna.
Yeah, you meet so many reoccurring characters along this
It
path.
is an honor, my lady. My name is
Reoccurring
Shalinda.
like NPCs.
I am a
Shalinda.
disciple of Yevon.
What was all that about? The Crusaders operation?
You mean the one Gata and Luzu were talking about?
I heard they were to use Forbidden Machina. I had to stop them.
Huh? What?
The use of Machina is strictly forbidden by the Yevon priesthood.
That's bad, yeah?
Let them use whatever they want. They still won't defeat Sin.
But
Orn,
it's not about defeating Sin.
by the book.
The teachings of Yevon must be
Teachings
upheld.
of Yevon.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
right.
deer.
But you don't understand.
Right.
The Crusaders won't even listen to me. And it's all because I'm just a lowly acolyte.
Don't say that. Well, I haven't been a summoner for very long myself, you see. Still, I can't put myself down every time I fail. People are depending on me. They're depending on both of us.
Yes. Yes, you're right, my lady. Absolutely right.
Oh god.
Thank you so much, Lady Yuna. Now, I feel I have the courage to finish my training.
Oh god, Jesus fucking Christ. So that's Shalinda. She's just your typical like Bible thumper.
I will do my best to
Yevon,
get
blah, blah,
myself
blah.
appointed. I will do my best to get.
She does heal you. Wait, I don't think she does it here.
I will do my best
Alright,
to
no,
get.
you're not. She will heal your party if you see her, which is nice, but no, I don't really like her as a character much. I mean, I guess she serves like a purpose. She's just like that perspective, kind of the perspective that Wakka has. A little less free thinking. She's, you know, but she has like no backbone about anything. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. Did I already tag with Kamari? I don't remember.
Back in the fray!
Alright, I think this will be our last battle here on the Mihin High Road, and then we will move
Ah, what did I tell you?
to some cutscenes and a boss. Nice. Oh, we might have one more. If we make it... Nice.
We rest here.
I love this.
But this isn't our bed shop.
Is that a problem?
They don't believe in Yevon. And in Luca, they kidnapped Yuna.
Where were her guardians?
Oh.
That whistle sound effect is so weird.
Sir Orin's just concerned about your health.
I'm not tired one bit.
One bit.
Well, I am.
Ooh. So cool. Even can admit when he's tired. Yeah, Orin is a very welcome member to the party. Like he kind of has that. You know, he's experienced.
As if I could sleep.
Definitely fits in well, offering that sort of perspective where, you know, these are just a bunch of young kids and a big blue
This
monster
might be the
man.
last time we can rest.
A Detroit Lion,
I've heard
as
that the proprietor, Mr.
Nintendo
But I
Capri
was
Sun
very
puts it.
relieved to find that he keeps nothing sacrilegious.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Alright, we are gonna shop a little bit. You know, okay. One thing so shops here, they usually work this way. They'll sell one of every type of weapon, and it'll all have sort of like the same stat. Like Lulu's weapons will do magic bonuses, while Wakka's and Titus's will do strength bonuses. Yeah, it's not really creative. You do have shopkeepers that do sell more variety of things, like a Wakka. He'll always have a better variety. So I wouldn't really recommend buying from the normal shops unless you like really need a weapon. We'll sell some of this junk that we have. I'll probably do some of this off screen actually. But we probably do need some items. We do need some remedies. Oh, we don't need that. We'll buy a few echo screens. You don't need that too often. We're doing good on everything else though.
Mr. Rin's shops are all over.
It's an Al Bhed shop. Oh, you know what we can do here is, you know what we gotta do is I gotta do this. I gotta turn our Aeon animations to short. Yeah, we'll turn it to the arranged soundtrack just for a little bit. I'll probably turn it back, but like I said, I like the arranged soundtrack, the one in the HD version. It's not bad. I do prefer the original though. There are certain tracks I prefer in both. But alright, here we're gonna get a pretty long cutscene. And then a boss battle. So let's watch it. Oh, we should have talked to Lulu. This is a really cool scene. Very important later on, so just keep that in mind.
That sunset was different from the one I saw in Kilika. It was quiet, almost gentle.
What you up to?
She's a little surprised to see us. This is a really cool, like, time of day.
I wish I could live in a place like this. Peaceful. Living with a smile on my face every day.
You can, once you beat Sin, right?
But then, a new Sin will be born anyway.
Well, then you can just beat it again.
I wish I could.
Hey, you can. Trust me. You are the best summoner out there. Yuna, why does Sin always come back?
Like a little kid.
Sin is our punishment for our vanity. And it will not go away until we've atoned.
So that's the answer that the whole population knows.
What did we do that was so bad in the first place? Ah. Was it using lots of Machina or something? Oh. Wait, was that such a bad thing, really?
It's funny. Ever since I was young, I never questioned it. But now that you ask me if it is that bad or not, I don't know. There are so many things I don't know.
Well, then we're the same. Oh, such thinking is very unbecoming of a summoner. Sound like Micah?
Now that
That's not very nice, you know.
That's not very good.
You know, during a game, You have to think of Blitz and nothing else, you know?
Okay.
Where are you going with this?
Ah. You can't think, that's a cute girl in the fifth seat from the right. And you can't be thinking about where you're gonna go on that date, because the minute you do, that's when you lose. You see, Yuna, what I mean is, you really shouldn't worry, you know? After we beat Sin, that's when you can worry about the future.
I guess.
But Yuna, how are you supposed to beat something big like that?
The final summoning. It's the only way to defeat Sin. The only way. With it, we can call the final Aeon. That's the goal of the pilgrimage. The faith of the final summoning lies waiting in the far north to greet summoners that complete their pilgrimage. At the world's edge in Xanarkand.
In Xanarkand?
She means the ruins of a city destroyed 1,000 years ago.
He's just been there.
You sure it's ruins?
That's what I've heard.
You'll see it for yourself soon enough. Yuna, come back inside.
You will go with us to Xanarkand?
Yeah, I'll go.
Some of these lines that Titus say are just a little too
I'll
quiet.
go to Xanarkand to see it with my own eyes.
So we just another kind of information dump there. We had some questions answered. So the goal of the pilgrimage is to get the final
knew
summoning.
It couldn't be my Xanarkand, but I had to make sure.
And that is what's used to defeat Sin. But it lies in Xanarkand, which is where Titus is from. But apparently, according to Orin, it is the ruins of a city destroyed 1,000 years ago. Sort of adding to the fact that we might have been transported through time. But, you know, put a pin in that. Ah, we got it. Oh, no. Okay, I said no to that. Good. I do not want to be taught how to use level 1 key spheres. Essentially, items that let you pass through the level 1 locks on the sphere grid. Oh, shit. So, like I said, story is sort of a breadcrumb of questions and answers. We have the questions of, well, what we want to see Xanarkand, but we have a while before we get there. So yeah, let's keep trucking. Oh, we mean another reoccurring NPC.
Sorry?
Ah, forgive me, sir. I meant to say pardon me, but it came out in
Heli
Albed.
do Sadweed.
Oh, you're in Albed.
Mm-hmm. I am Rin, owner of this establishment. Hela du Sadwi.
Huh?
It means nice to meet you.
Ah, well, Heli do sad
Titus, you know
to
this.
you too.
Mm-hmm. If you are interested, Albed primers can be found all over Spira. Finding
Motherfucker,
them
I
and learning
know.
our language might be fun. Here, let me give you one in commemoration of our meeting. Although you might want to be...
Yeah, I hear Albed aren't liked much. Oh, sorry.
A Deki Krisa.
Someone help! The chocobos!
That's our cue.
Huh?
Oh, Thank you for your help. Please.
He just
use
assumes
this.
we're gonna help him. Nice, some mega potions. Alright. Well. Chocobos are
It
under
is
attack.
a ferocious beast. Be prepared.
I mean, we're all healed up. Who's in battle? Let's get Orin, Titus, Lulu. That looks good. All right.
To the Chocobo Corral.
Which is 10 feet that way. Literally, it's kind of funny. It's just, I mean, it's a chance for you to prepare once again, but it's literally like right here. Oh fuck! It's just like right there on the fucking roof. So we haven't had a really big boss fight yet, and even this isn't really one. Like, we had the Obliterator, but that had like a big gimmick where you could take off like, you know, 4/5 of its HP. So this one plays in a similar way to where there's kind of a gimmick, and the gimmick is you can knock this guy off the cliff, or you can be knocked off the cliff as well. It's like a sort of tug of war. Honestly, I don't know the exact statistics on how this works. But the idea is if you get a certain amount of damage on him, he'll flip over and you can push him back. If he, the Chocobo Eater, uses an attack where he like pushes you, you'll be pushed back one space, and there's a certain amount of spaces that you can be pushed back. Also, we're going to use Lulu's Overdrive, where we twist the fuck out of the right analog stick, and I'm not very good at this, but well, we got 7, that's fine. So we
Attack now! Push it back!
We did the damage threshold, so if we attack, I think we got to do another threshold. Oh fuck, I should have attacked or done haste. Okay, so I think if we push him back 2 more times, he'll get pushed off. I'll be honest, I have never done this. I have never pushed him off. Sort of the reason for that is you have to grind. I think you have to grind a good amount to be able to do that, and you have to be very like meticulous with how much damage you do and how much damage you're taking. Oh shit, I think he's weak to ice. Fuck, I don't think anybody really has sensor. I'm probably just gonna end up... Usually I just end up killing him by draining his HP. Let's get some abilities figures. So essentially, if you die, if you know, HP depleted to 0, you know, you get a game over. Oh, we do. Oh, it is fire. Just like normal. Or you can be pushed off the cliff behind you, which does not result in a game over. It results in you. You don't get any HP or any experience, so no sphere levels. But you have to take a different path to the next area. You take the low road of Mi'ihen, or yeah, the Mi'ihen low road, Mi'ihen high road. I don't know exactly what it's called. I think that's what it's called. Pushing back. Hey, maybe we'll get it this time. I say that every time, but I think he like pushes you back immediately right here. You gotta inflict a shit ton of damage here, I think. But yeah, first time I ever played this. Shit, we gotta do more damage. Yeah, first time I ever played this, I did get pushed off. And what I really like about that is the low road requires you to do more grinding. See if I can push back here. The low road requires, it's essentially just more, you know, more random encounters, more battles. God, I'm not doing shit with Tidus. While if you win the fight, you get the high road, which you just ride a chocobo and it's no battles. It's really nice. Let's go Kamar. It's not this, but yeah, I'll most likely just end up killing him unless I get lucky here. Yeah, he's always, he will push you back, right, you know, at that last stage. There we go. Shit, let's just get Tidus in here, I guess. I do not have delay attack yet? God damn it. Oh, there's a critical. Nice. Did a shit ton. He was doing only like 70 damage before. Nobody has sensor on, so I have no idea how close I am. It's actually a better attempt. I usually get pushed back way more. We need an overdrive. We need a Tidus overdrive here. Jeez. Yeah, like I said. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I've never pushed them off, man. It's tough. I don't know if you get any. I don't know if you get different rewards or anything if you do manage to push them off, so. I'd like to see it one day. Probably just look it up on YouTube or something, but.
Have you an interest in renting some chocobos?
Hell yeah.
As a token of our gratitude, the first time is free of charge. Please, ask the attendant.
I always thought his hair was like a hat at first, but he's just like a black dude with blonde hair.
Thank you so much for saving the chocobos.
Yep, so if you lose that fight, you get pushed off of this cliff right here. And it's actually pretty cool. You get like an exclusive cutscene where everybody's like, "Oh fuck, we fucked up." But if you win, you get to rent a chocobo, and you talk to this lady.
Oh, hello. No charge this time.
Let me ride one. And you get the chocobo remix of Final Fantasy X, which I'll be honest, I think I like the other game's chocobo music more. This one's kind of like funkier. Uses like a saxophone or something. But yeah, I don't know. I really like Nine's remix. It's like a ukulele. I think it's called like Ukulele El Chocobo or De Chocobo. Ukulele of Chocobo, ukulele, I don't know. Shit.
Thank you so much for your words
How
yesterday.
did you get there so fast?
A safe journey.
Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, it's very cool. Like, I think a really rewarding way, because at this point, you're not fully ready for like a. At least I wasn't. First playthrough for a big boss fight where you can, where that's possibly going to be a really big roadblock. So I think the Chocobo Eater is a great boss fight, just because it's like you can still lose to it without actually losing to it, and if you do, you're essentially forced to do more grinding. So it's just a very interesting tool. Like, that's why I think this game is genius. It's so sad
What
that.
are you doing on this road?
You know. This is the road that you get if you lose.
The high road ends over there. However, we have sealed off. You may ask the gate.
Alright, whatever. Yeah, it's sad to see that other Final Fantasies have ended up the way they ended up. But yeah, you can get some secret stuff if you press X on these chocobo feathers. I'll probably miss some Fortune Sphere. That unlocks Luck Spheres. Owaka.
Coming down to the old road was a mistake.
The old road,
You
that's what
can't
it's
run a
called.
business with sight.
And they put a shopkeeper, Owaka, here. In case you lose, so yeah, everything is just very thought out. It's very It's very smart. We gotta organize our items. There we go. Yeah, that gives me PTSD if I don't have any. Okay. So there's an item back here. I don't think we can reach it yet though. Yeah, it's not here yet, which is kind of... Oh, wait. Yeah, that is the item, the Mars Crest. Oh, but there's another item. There's a Jex Sphere back there, but that is much down the road. In fact, I don't even know if we'll be getting all those in this playthrough. Like I said, this is a vanilla playthrough. We're just trying to get to the end. The Mars Crest is for Auron's final, or celestial weapon, his best weapon. We'll see. Alright, let's get off this fucking thing. How do we do that? Talk to Donna and Bartello.
How many times do I have to tell you I'm a summoner?
Sorry, ma'am. No exceptions.
You dare impede a summoner's pilgrimage?
Sorry, ma'am.
Damn, she's
no
got some like
exceptions.
camel toe.
Useless. Oh, it's you.
Oh, it's you.
As you can see, not even summoners can pass. But they'll call on us in the end. Just wait and see. In the meantime, I think I'll have a nap. Oh, Bartello.
Oh, Bartello. That's kind of funny. God, I love this game so much. I can't I feel like you would never have a scene like that where, you know, it's like implied that like, oh, they're gonna go bang in like Final Fantasy 15 or something like that.
Is off limits to. God. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 15. I've kind of given my spiel on
Captain
the
Lucille
last
and
two
Elmer should
that
have
aren't
been here by
MMOs.
now.
But I think it had improvements over 13, but still a lot. Improvements over 13 and 12. But I think it's still got a lot of shortcomings, both in story and gameplay. I think it was an improvement of gameplay over 12, but sort of a step back from 13 in terms of story. Yeah, I pre-ordered it like day one. I was so pumped. Like, I played it and, you know, I was just like,
Gata and Loser reporting.
yeah, it's just,
Sir.
This is the last of them.
Good to have you with us. Go on.
it was what it was. It's not a horrible game. Like, it was a decent game, no doubt. Show me how to blitz
Wait
sometime.
around. We'll have Sin beaten in no time.
Good luck, Luzu and Gata. May Yevon be with you. Whatever the fuck. May Satan be with you.
Any donation toward Operation Meathead.
You get an item depending on how much gil you give them. Honestly, they're not that worth it. But yeah, Final Fantasy 15. It had some pretty cool Combat's not awful. Could have been a little bit more challenging, a little bit more dynamic. But the story, I think the story is a mess. I thought the characters were pretty cool. They're a little bit one-dimensional. They have cool interactions with each other, but I think that's like the biggest thing people defend about it is like, oh, the characters are cool. It's like a boy band. It's like, well, Noctis is pretty boring. The other guys are, you know, kind of cardboard cutouts of like character motifs that have been done 1,000 times. Like, it's an improvement of the characters over 12. My God, all of them are boring except for Bartello. And like Vaughn, the main character, has like no bearing on the overall plot whatsoever. There's a lot of things that bug me about 12's characters and story. And I never played Final Fantasy Tactics, so I was never really invested in the world, but I could talk about that a bunch. Final Fantasy X for now. So we gotta proceed here.
I'm sorry, I can't let you
but
pass.
We can't.
Hey, you're a summoner, and her guardians, right? Sorry for the inconvenience.
Don't worry about it.
Thank you for your cooperation.
So we're gonna try to find somewhere else. We'll get a cutscene. Probably gonna pee after this. Freaky, veiny belly.
So, we meet again, Lady Yuna.
His voice, man.
Yes?
You look troubled. Is there anything I can do?
Well...
I see.
I see.
Maester Seymour, let me show you to the command center.
Hold. I have a request.
Hold.
Yes, Your Grace.
I need to have Summoner Yuna and her guardians let through to the command center.
But Maester Seymour, sir.
Do not worry. I will take full responsibility.
Very well, they may pass.
The blue shit on his face, I think it's a tattoo. But yeah, I don't know.
It is done.
It is done.
Oh, thank you, Your Grace.
So like, he hasn't really done anything bad yet to you, but like, you can just tell he's like an evil dude by the fucking theme music that plays whenever he's on screen.
Yuna, it's time to go.
And Titus
right.
has a monologue here about him.
Who does he think he is?
He's a maester. Better get used to it, yeah?
I guess we don't have the monologue yet. Like the monologue, by the monologue I mean like the black screen, and where Titus like talks. All right, I'm gonna save and cut the stream really quick. I'm gonna go pee. Yes. All right, I'll be right back.